Hello and welcome to another update video about IOTEX. IOTEX is doing fairly well in my view, still in an uptrend here. You can see that here, and IOTEX is that IOTA competitor that I talked about in the previous video. In my view, a very attractive one. I talked to you about the hardware that they are currently developing and already selling, and we can identify a nice uptrend here that we're going to take a look at. What we also saw here was an inverse head and shoulders that was forming. We actually broke it and came all the way up. You know, it's normally when you have a head and shoulders, then you take the height of that, you can add it to the neckline, and there you go. We came near enough to that target up here. You know, it was just unfortunately not even a closed candle, so we only briefly came to that level, but it is that level that we need to get through, the 9.5 cent level. That is a key level of resistance that we need to get through. And I talked to you before about this boost here in August. I believe these were institutional investors, or at least people with a lot of money that wanted to get some hold of some IOTEX coins before it's really going to the moon. I have a lot of confidence in this project. Really good team behind it, really good team. Anyway, let's take a look at this, because yeah, we have dropped since yesterday, or since my last video, but that is just the daily noise. I mean, you can see how volatile this cryptocurrency is, and we can identify some very interesting things. So we can identify another horizontal support line here, or resistance line, basically at the neckline of this inverse head and shoulder. So I'm just going to put that in, because that line is currently acting as support. So with that inverse head and shoulders, we managed to get above it, and even though we didn't really break through any key levels up there, we are certainly finding support here. So that is very important at 6.7 cents. We can also identify, in my view, a nice uptrend here. So if we connect the wicks together, yeah, you can identify a very nice trend line that you know, you could use as for example, a trade exit. And again, this is all depending on your strategy. For me personally, crypto is mainly a long-term game, right? I mean, I talk about breakout points here and resistance and support levels, basically because I want to understand what my investments are doing. I want to understand the charts. I try to stay close to them. Sometimes I take trades, but they are not like day trades or something. I trade for the long term, and I dollar cost average in and hold cryptos for the very long term in my hodling portfolio. So for me, crypto is a long term, just because, like yesterday, where altcoins suddenly dropped like 6-7%, you know, and this came out of the blue. This is sometimes what just happens in the crypto market. You need to prepare for that, which is why I normally advise against any leverage trading. I don't do it. I don't like it. Fact is, most people lose money with it, and I don't know anybody. Who's done well with leverage trading. I'm honest with you. I don't know anybody, and I know quite a few people who are doing trading, but I don't know anyone who's doing well with leverage trading. So I stick to my just normal trades and long-term hodling, and I've done fairly well with it. Again, I can't tell you what to do, but for me, crypto is a long-term game. So let's get back to IOTEX. I think long-term, IOTEX has a lot of potential, and we're climbing currently here on the short-term up that trend line. And I want to see us getting through the 9.5 cent level. I mean, we've already climbed up to the 6.7 cent level here, which is that important support line here. That was a long-time resistance, you know, since the beginning of September. That was resistance. Then here on the 6th of October, we got above, retested it now, and maybe in the next move, when that retest is successful, and it seems to be, then we are going to climb up that ladder further. And at some point in the next few weeks, we might reach that 10 cent level if we climb in the same speed. Now that is quite a sharp angle, I must say, that we are going up here, but for crypto, not necessarily too sharp, but I think it's looking quite healthy going up that way. And we can see here on the daily, we're actually in the bullish range on the RSI, looking good. We can't see any sort of divergence here, not possible to identify one here. We can see that we are in an uptrend on the ADX, have a long signal here, broke through the 20 line on the ADX, so the white line got above 20, which indicates we are now in an uptrend. Also had a buy signal here on the MACD, that was end of September. It now looks we could get a little bit of a turnaround, but I believe that was just because of that move yesterday to the downside, where most cryptos suffered a little bit and most altcoins, but it was nothing too significant, at least not yet. And here on the 1 hour chart, well, what can we actually see here? well, we had a bit of a triple top up here, but yeah, and then we broke actually to the downside. So that triple top actually broke to the downside, right? But we then climbed back above, tried to retest that support for resistance, flip it, but it didn't work out. We're now above that important horizontal support line. So far it's looking good, in my view. So I think we just have to be a bit patient and wait for this crypto to climb up further. The good thing is, like I always say, when you have a trend line identified, you could use, again, no financial advice, but you could use these pullbacks to a trend line like we have at the moment. You can use these pullbacks as a trade entry, and you can see whenever we pulled back to that trend line, we made some nice profits, right? So here went up straight away in that in percent. It was like something like, oh dear, really? Something like 50%, so mad here as well. And there was the 6th of October. Let's just take a look. 40%. So now we're just at this point again. So in the next boost, we could come up once more like that. Again, that's no guarantee, but it's just what happened the last few times. So I just want to make you aware of this opportunity. And yeah, in my view, you know, when we continue to climb up here, we might get something here like a ascending triangle eventually, where we also have a horizontal resistance line and an ascending support line, which is then again more likely to break to the upside. So far it's looking good, and I have full confidence in this project. And yeah, I'll continue to track it on this channel. I hope you liked the video. If you did, please smash the like button, and if you want to follow me on this crypto journey, then please subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.